But now, let's give him the proper introduction. Please, give a warm welcome, round of applause for Miss Lotl and Persephone! Woo! Boom, there they are, folks. Come on. The guests have arrived. Whoa. There we go. There we go. Now you should be able to hear them. Sorry, my thing is still different. Say hello to them.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, welcome. Here they are, folks. The killer combo right here. Miss Lotl is the one closest to me. Persephone is the one farthest from me, but closest to the curtain. Very familiar with them. Of course, Sunderdant. Can I just call you Ant?
Rick and Sundered are some of our regulars.
Okay.
Rick is actually our mod.
Well, welcome, mod Rick, and welcome, Sundered. So here they are. Let's not wait. Let's jump right into the question. First of all, how you two doing?
Doing okay.
Pretty good. Just got my my second COVID vaccine shot, so
Yeah.
I'm okay right now, but I will not be tomorrow.
Yep. That's so goes the formula. So goes the flow. Well, thank you still so much.
Dr. Toto?
Yes, thank you, Doctor. Not thank you. Hello, Dr. Total. Sorry, my head's not on entirely straight tonight, and I have no idea why, but I'm doing pretty good myself. So yeah, so no, thank you both for coming. And yes, no, really, thank you. And let's just get right into the guest talk. So nice, simple one. What's a kind of food that you love, and a kind that you not a fan of, kind of dislike? Let's start off with you, Persephone.
A food that I love and one that I'm not super into. One that I would love, that I do love rather, I would say lasagna. A homemade recipe that I make.
Oh wow, that's really cool. Homemade lasagna recipe. That's awesome.
It's really yummy. She doesn't make it enough though.
Well, lasagna can be very filling and very carby.
Takes a long time to make it sometimes. But
And time consuming, yes.
Okay, but you brought it up, so that means you have to make it within the next 2 weeks.
oh, well, I didn't know that was how this works. I'm changing my answer.
Oh no. I don't know, Persephone. You can't back out of that. It's a good. I don't know. Lotto seems pretty firm on that.
Now, as for a food that I'm not super into, usually guacamole, but I'm getting more where, like, when I try it, I'm not off-put by it. It's mostly the texture.
Okay. No, that's nice. Well, that's cool that you're still trying to venture out and give it a shot instead of, just say goodbye guacamole, adios forever kind of thing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so you hear that, folks? Lasagna, yes. Maybe it's on the cooking menu, but Persephone changed her answer. So, that's going to remain ambiguous. But no to guacamole for now.
How dare you change your answer?
I'll make you like that. It's okay.
Aw. Darn, you gave in so quickly, Persephone. I understand. It's Lotl. Welcome, TV's Frank's Wild Years. Let's see.
Hey Frank, welcome.
Just want to say a quick shout out. So, you, Lotl, what's something you love and not so much, food-wise?
I usually end up going and saying for this kind of an answer, a dessert that I love, which is cheesecake. But for a more like food item, I absolutely love empanadas, specifically Argentinian style empanadas.
Empanadas, I don't know if I've heard of those.
Empanadas are they're basically like a meat pie, kind of like a dough wrapped up meat pie kind of thing. And a lot of times they're fried, but I like the ones that are baked. And most Spanish countries that have empanadas, the way that they cook them is they fry them. Argentina is one of like 2 or 3 countries, I think, that specifically bakes them. and so that's their special way of doing it.
Wow, baked empanadas, right? I got that right. Empanada?
Yep, empanada.
Wow, okay, I gotta look into that. That sounds delicious. And so, what about the not so light, the blech, blech, blech?
I don't like pickles
Ah.
and olives
Pickles
and
and
mushrooms.
olives. Oh, and what? I'm sorry.
And mushrooms. Pickles, olives, and mushrooms are my 3 no's.
Ah, is that just like in general or like in certain contexts?
Just in general, I don't like them. Like, every so often I'll try them just to see if my taste buds have changed, and I'm like, you know, do I like
It's had
them
all
yet?
in her food. She swears she can taste it still, even after it's not there. Like if it's on a burger, like pickles.
Yeah.
If they're on a burger and they're removed, she still like it tastes so pickly.
The gross juices, like, linger. You can taste it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I think if you remove the tomato, you could taste the tomato. I don't know if the pickles would go with that. I don't know about that, Lotl. I'll have to try it myself. Maybe you're right. I'll have to experiment with that. Hey, oh, by the way, Dragon the Waifu King, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Dragon.
Oh, and TV and Frank, thank you so much for the follow. I know you're already here on the show. Oh, and for those of you wondering, Lotl's tail was not cut off. It is invisible for now. That is the magic of GEEP's variety show. We make parts are invisible so it's convenient and doesn't look like it's slapping me in the face.
It had to be done.
So, no worries, everybody, okay? No worries. Don't, fear not, fear not.
It was too dangerous.
Yes.
It couldn't handle my tail.
No, could not. Just too much. Everyone would be there thinking like the host is a tail, and I'm like, no, that's Persephone. I'm like, that's Lotl. Sorry for getting the names mixed up.
So is this the first time that you're having two guests at once, or have you had that before?
First time for like the duration of a show, and because the first time the other person wasn't necessarily a guest, but more like a character that someone else played, and it was like So Bad Greg and Anya. So, but like I said, for some reason, I think I'm just a little sleepy today or something like that. I can't tell, but so that's why I might mix the names up from time to time. So yeah, double guests can be tricky. I think I mix up like everyone's name sometimes. I do apologize in advance, folks. GEEP is not entirely coherent sometimes.
You're fine, don't worry.
Fine.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to know this: who decided to be a VTuber first? Lotl, you can kick this one off since Persephone kicked the last one.
Persephone became a VTuber first.
Okay.
I was jealous, and then I became one.
Jealous of being a VTuber?
No, I felt left out because she was having fun, and so she was like in groups and talking to people and having fun, and then I was like, "What are you doing? I want to have fun too." So,
Well, that's how.
and so then I'm like, "Hey, I'll be a VTuber with you. I'll join you. I need a PNG. Help! I need a VTuber character. Please make me something." And so then she's like, okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. And I'm like, I need it right now. It's an emergency. So it became an emergency that evening after I decided I wanted to do this with her. And so she was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll stop everything and draw a quick picture. I'm like, it just has to be a quick picture because everybody's got these, like, drop these PNG things on Twitter, and I want to drop a PNG and do that too. And so she drew a quick thing, and then it turned out that all my things were kind of like Ariel-esque, my color scheme that I was going for. So after she drew stuff, she's like, yeah, no, you can't look too much like Ariel. Try again. Change the colors of your things. And I'm like, but those are good colors that go together. And she's like, yeah, well, find different colors.
Would this all happen in a single evening?
And so then I got something, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go drop it everywhere. And then a couple days later, I'm like, but there's things I'd like to change. And And she's like, well, then why did you start dropping it everywhere? Why didn't you just wait until the next day so we could change the things and make your character good?
It was just supposed to be a quick sketch. That's all it was.
It was the preliminary. It wasn't supposed to be the final one.
It was like the concept art.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Concept of a concept.
I look very different now than I did in that very original thing. Like, it looks like a completely different character.
That's because it is.
But yeah, so then I was like, okay, but you should totally make the changes, whenever you're available. But otherwise I'm gonna keep dropping my PNG. And she's like, stop dropping your PNG, please, if you're not happy with it.
Oh my goodness.
So then it became a crisis because I kept dropping my PNGs and she wanted me to stop.
Did you ever stop? Did you? I hope so.
Yes, I stopped for like a day while she was working on my new.
Hey, that's 24 hours.
I ceased and desisted.
Honey, your new one wasn't done the next day.
Okay, well, I stopped dropping my PNG for a couple of days.
Maybe.
I definitely took like multiple weeks trying that.
Well, I only stopped I stopped dropping the PNG for a few days. I probably went back to doing it or something at some point, but.
Oh no. Lotl, I think Sunder's onto something. Such an impulsive menace. There's that menace thing. It's back again. Lotl, you're losing credibility in your argument.
No. Sunder always calls me a menace. But Bongo knows that I'm not.
Oh yes, Bongo. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Nice having you here. Sorry I didn't get to say hi before. I was just talking with the awesome guests. So I don't know, Lotl. Dropping those PNGs when it weren't ready, and trying to hop on the Persephone starring the VTuber thing. I don't know. I'm starting to sus.
No, you're supposed to be a neutral party. This is your talk show.
Okay, you got a good point. I will remain as neutral as I can. But I gotta tell you, it's gonna change the more information that comes out. Oh, welcome Azura.x. Hiya, welcome to the show.
Azura, you're the menace, not me. We've already established that chat's the menace.
Well, so far chat's been pretty chill in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. That's my neutral opinion. So, so right now Lotl's chill, Persephone's chill, chat's chill, and Lotl a little maybe a menace, maybe.
But yeah, so Persephone, why don't you talk about how you started VTubing?
Yes, please.
Because I got excited because of you.
I mean, honestly, it was because me and a friend wanted to do VTubing. They were like, hey, we should become VTubers. And I was like, yeah, okay, sure. And that's it. That's the story.
Oh, so you already knew what VTubing was before you even wanted to become one?
Yes. I was aware of what they were because of, like...
Hold on, I'm spazzing out here. There we go, better. Go on.
I had known about... some of the North American VTubers, like Silvervale and Nanners, I think, had just started VTubing at that time as well.
VShojo, essentially, like the Iron Mouse and them and whatnot.
Yeah,
yes. Right
before they started VShojo.
Okay, that's how you became aware of VTubing, and then just your friend came along and said, "Let's do VTubing," and that was it.
Kinda, yeah. Like it was before they started that group.
Okay, gotcha. So when they were still independent.
Yes. We had seen them multiple times and liked their clips and stuff, and we're like, we should do that. That sounds fun. Wow.
That's a simple way. That's a simple tale. I've had a lot of complicated ones on here. That's as straightforward as it gets. That's awesome. Nice and crisp.
Yeah, it's really not complicated at all.
No, it gives her a nice crisp answer, and it's also original. I got to keep getting as much original material as I can on this show. So, awesome. There you have it, folks. Hold on one sec. Don't mind me. This is just me pouring myself some tea. So, little bit of pouring ASMR. I don't know. I had someone in the chat thought that sounded really cool. I don't get it. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so that's how it all started. Sounds to me like Lotl made it longer than it needed to be when she wanted to be a VTuber. Made the process a little more time-consuming, the more expected answers, like...
I mean, she knew when I started. She could have just joined at that time, but she waited months and months and months before she decided, oh yeah, you know what? I want to do this too.
Well, that's because I didn't really think that I could be a VTuber, because, like, I'm not a gamer. I didn't know what I would do.
Oh. Well, you found a way. And it worked out great. Okay, months and months you wait. I see. And then, all of a sudden, on a spur of it, hey, I want to be a VTuber. That's how it happened.
Yeah, basically. Like, I saw that they were having fun, and life was just, like, really overwhelming, and I didn't really know what to do in the evenings, and I wanted to hang out and do stuff, but I didn't really know what to do. And then Persephone was having fun and doing things and having fun, and I'm like, what are you doing? I want to join. I need a way to join. I need a character. Can I do this? Can I do this if I'm not a gamer?
Yes.
And also, if so, then I need a character. Help.
And thus, the adventure began. and
Actually, I started the last week of
August. Oh, last week of August last year?
Yes.
Okay.
That was when it was.
Awesome. Your 1 year anniversary is coming up since becoming a VTuber.
Yeah, very soon. And she started earlier this year in January. Well, she started doing social media stuff at the end of November. So
you mean like dropping those PNGs?
A good solid yeah. A good solid 3 months later.
Okay.
Is when she was like, I'm gonna do this stuff too.
Working, guys. Networking.
Yes, networking with something that's concept of a concept art. That's also false advertising.
Hey!
Okay.
Being fraudulent is a menace thing to do.
I was not a fraud.
Well, that's true. Not in the moment, but as it progressed, yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. That's a neutral little bit, by the way. That's a neutral little bit I'm saying right there.
You guys are being menaces right now.
All right, you know what? Then I'm going to give you a chance to say something not menacing and change everyone's minds on here, Lotl. What is something you wish you had known before becoming a VTuber? Some advice for the VTubers out there, as it were.
So my very first time that I streamed on my channel was my debut. So I would recommend that you stream before your debut, so that you know what you're doing, and so that maybe hopefully you can get affiliate before you have your debut or whatever. Whenever it is that you're going to try to have a big event and gather a bunch of people, then I would recommend that you hopefully have affiliate by that point. Because I got a lot of people that came by to support me and everything, but I didn't have any way for people to sub or do anything like that. They were just able to come and chat and be like, hey, congratulations and stuff, and hang out. So that's just something I would recommend.
That's good. That's some good advice, actually. Hi, Chia God. Welcome. So glad you can make it. Chia God's a real cool fellow right there. Very positive guy right there. So, he's a regular. So that's good advice there,
Chia.
folks. Yes. So, yeah, get kind of a following, and that way the debut can be a big bash when it happens. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't have any kind of different advice beyond that.
Oh.
That would be the same thing I would say, because I don't know. I had a very slow burn on my startup.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start doing any kind of networking or anything within the VTuber community until she started doing her stuff in November.
Oh, so Lotto's more the networker. Hey, now that's good. Lotto, your menace points are going down.
Yeah, she's much better at this networking stuff than I am.
Gotcha. Oh, wow, that's awesome.
I
So,
tend to be more social.
there
I
you
just
have
don't know what I'm doing on social media.
it. Oh, I can relate. I can relate. I'll tell you something. I've been away from social media, not even away. This is like really the first time I'm ever really engaging with it. I've always been able to talk with the people closest to me in person and whatnot. I mean, I don't even have a smartphone. Which a lot of people use their social media stuff for. I just have a regular old cell phone. I'm like, yeah, this works. I can talk to my folks. I don't need to say hi on Twitter or whatnot. So I get the not working with social media a lot. Yeah, I know, right? Weird, folks. Jeep don't have a smartphone. Go figure. And it's not because I'm against it, but I just don't. Wait, it is a Nokia. You got it, Chia. Yes, it's a Nokia.
Yeah, is it one of like the brick kinds?
Yeah, classic stuff. Doesn't even have a camera function on it. It just got like a. I'm looking at it right now.
Not even like a sucky camera. Surely even an old Nokia has a camera.
No.
Because my very first phone was a Nokia, like the brick one, where if you drop it, like it'll survive any fall. Man, I love that phone. But it had a camera. It was a sucky camera, but it had a camera. Are you sure your phone doesn't have a camera?
Afraid not. I'm trying to look at see what the model. It's the T-Mobile Nokia. Just holding my hand. It is a brick phone. It can fit like in the palm of your hand. It looks like one of the mini tasers. You can think about that. Nope. And the way you turn it off is like you hold on the top button of the phone. I still use this phone. It still works its butt off. So it helps. Yeah. I just never had.
You have to take a picture of your phone and share it to us.
You got it.
On social media.
You got it. You got it. I'm going to show you the phone. You're going to see it. All right. You got it, Lotl. It'll be coming your way once we finish the show here. I'll take a picture of it. All right. Oh, if this is okay to ask, the names Miss Lotl and Persephone, origins of that, like why you chose those names. They're very cool. Persephone, you start this one off.
I had come up with a story idea, and when I started trying to come up with what I was going to do with it and any kind of associated like social medias for promoting it, because I was planning on writing it like a book.
Okay.
And the name of the character was Persephone, because it was about Persephone escaping from the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to give any more details beyond that necessarily, but the name of the book was going to be like Persephone Arisen or something like that. And so I was thinking of naming that for my my social media account for the book. And I just thought it was cool as a username. And so I started using it for a couple of things. And so when I started VTubing, which was very shortly after that, I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to use that name.
Wow, that's cool. Nice. So it actually has more of more of an impact from a side project you were doing, not just something where you pulled out the hat, like you started VTubing and you're like, I need a name. It actually started from building up from something previous. That's cool.
Yeah, basically. And I decided to later on start incorporating some of the beats and stuff from my story as like lore for myself.
Wow, that's very cool. And so you're saying you're thinking of a book? So you're a writer? You can write at the very least. That's neat.
Yes. I also I have a couple of board games that are like in various states of flux as I work on them and build them and test them and all that stuff. And I am notorious for starting projects and not actually finishing them. So I need to actually sit down and finish those and do testing and all of that stuff so I can send them out into the world because they're almost ready.
That's too
cool. As for my book stuff, those require a little bit more work.
Yeah, that's storytelling. Storytelling can be in its own right a menace.
Yeah.
So yeah, ooh, I can relate to that at the very least. I have been writing for quite some time, screenplays though, and yeah, the creative process can be a pain and sometimes marvelous at the same time. I get taking a while. So anyway, Lotl, your name, where'd that come from, Miss Lotl?
So first of all, I'm notorious for naming animals and stuff very, very simply, like, axolotl. Well, I'm gonna name it Lotl, right? But I actually had an axolotl, and his name was Axie. But unrelated. So my name is Miss Lotl because I am a teacher, and this is like part of my lore. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm a teacher, and I was teaching some kids once, and they called me Miss. They're like, Miss Lotl, Miss Lotl, and I just liked how it sounds, so I go by Miss Lotl, even though I'm married. So it's just because I liked how it sounded when some kids said it. But I am gonna drop that and just go by Lotl here soonish, because it's kind of silly that I have Miss when I'm married.
And for the record, folks, for those of you just joining us, Miss Lala and Persephone are the ones in question who are married. So just clearing that up right now. It's not like
you could actually hear Persephone sneezing in the background because I'm talking.
Yeah, we're in the same room right now.
But yeah, so we are physically in the same room. We're married and everything. And yeah, so my lore for Lotl is that some kids called me Miss Lotl, and I thought it sounded super cute, and so I liked how it sounded, and so I went with it.
So it took, and then it's eventually going to drop the Miss, and it's just going to be Lotl.
Yeah, I'll be Lotl.
In time,
unless I can think of some other thing to like add, so it's not just Lotl, but otherwise it'll just be Lotl.
All right. Well, I'm glad I started early, just calling you Lotl then. Sort of like it's like I knew ahead of time. Not that I asked her if that was okay or anything. Don't assume that stuff, people. I have foresight. These glasses are not just for show. They're mystical. Let's see. Cutest couple ever. Yes, indeed. That was that was part of the draw. Just the two of you. Your chemistry was something that I very much enjoyed. So I was like, I gotta have them on the show. So that's one of the reasons I reached out. And I'm so glad you both agreed, because I'm having a good time so far. How you doing?
Yeah, this is fun. I really like this.
Yeah.
All right, good. I'm glad. Hey, welcome, Luna. Very cute couple. Yes. Yes, indeed. Luna was one of my guests before. She's awesome. She got the little VIP mark right there. You know, I didn't realize you couldn't give someone a VIP and the mod little insignia at the same time. I did that with one of my mods, and they're like, and then someone spammed the chat, and they're like, I'm not mod anymore. I was like, oh crap, and so I had to fix that up.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, so there's a little heads up right there. Okay, so I think we got time for one more question. This is one that's really popular with my guests. Again, for both of you. Since becoming a VTuber, this is not about advice, but since becoming a VTuber, what was something that surprised you that was easy and hard? Like, what was hard, maybe you thought was going to be easy, and what turned out to be easy, you thought was going to be hard. So, what happened like that when becoming a VTuber? Let's start off with, who did we start off last time? I think it was you, Lotl, right? It was Persephone. So, Lotl, you start off with that one. What was surprisingly easy and surprisingly hard? If anything.
I don't know. I guess it's surprisingly easy to find other VTubers. Like, you can find a whole. I had no idea there were so many VTubers out there. But it's also surprisingly hard to find like viewers who are not also VTubers.
Yes. Yes.
But I don't know if that's really like the right kind of answer for that. I don't know what to say for that kind of question.
There's no right answer. There's just, what was difficult for you or easy for you that, took you by surprise, and you just said them. Getting views? Hell yeah. Views are hard to get. That's actually a very original answer. I've never got that one on the show, so Lotl, you're a first for that one. And a lot of folks are surprised how easy it is to make connections with other VTubers, and that there are so many. There's like 6,000 and counting. Last I checked. Okay,
I think there's more than that, but yeah, there's a ton of VTubers. The other thing that's interesting is how it is such a big happy family. Like it's a big community, but then there's also so much drama. So I had
yeah,
no idea how much drama there was gonna be. Um, but at the same time, it's very very friendly and happy. At least my side of Twitter, my side of Twitter that I usually end up chilling out in my VTuber circle of Twitter stuff usually tends to be pretty happy and drama free. Um,
hey,
but then,
yep.
I see little hints of drama, and then because I'm very curious, I go and seek it out. And then I'm just like, ew, gross. Why did I do this to myself?
And sure enough,
Why did I go find the drama? Why do I always need to know things?
yeah, well, and Twitter of all places would be the deliverer of such drama, naturally. Yes. Yes, Luna, big happy family indeed. I'm just reading the chat real quick. When everyone is a VTuber, no one is. Big think. Indeed, indeed. Yes, there can be a lot of drama, and there's a lot of chill out there as well. Indeed, Luna. I've been very lucky myself.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten yet a single creepo in my chat yet. I'm serious, and I'm the kind of person who would take them down in real time, right? I won't say like, okay, I go behind. I tell them, I send them a little message later saying that was really rude of you. Can you stop it? No, I'd say, hey, buddy, cut it out. But I've been lucky, very very lucky, like yourself, Lotl. So, at least on my side of the VTuber world.
I see. Yeah, in actual chats and stuff, I don't think we've really had that many problems. I think we've had like maybe 2 or 3 instances where it was just like some stray thing came in, and then we had no issues because our mod or Persephone just immediately got rid of the issue, and then it was totally fine.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's great to hear. Yeah, just some stray pain in the ass. They come and go. But that's what I'm saying. I've been so lucky. I've had 0. Even the strays don't come my way. Maybe there's something scary about me that just is unappealing. I love it. I'm lucky like that, I guess, for now. But, yeah. GEEP fortune, maybe. Maybe that's something to do with my belly. Like rub my belly for good luck. 3 cheers for a good moderator indeed, Luna. Yes. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bong, for the follow. So, Persephone, you have anything to add on top of like what surprised you, was easy, and what was hard? You started VTubing first, by 3 months or so.
So I was surprised that it was so easy to make even a starter kind of model that I could use, because like going into it, I had no idea what to even expect, what I was even supposed to do. And my friend was like, hey, let's do VTubing. It's like, okay, well, you kind of need a model for that. And we quickly found, we could use Vroid to make models ourselves, and they'd be custom and all this stuff. And so I guess the thing I'd say would be surprisingly easy is a means to get into it cheap or free, even if you don't spend any money on actually making the model like yourself. Specifically, I mean, of course, if you're doing Vroid, Live
Right.
Kitty is a whole different story. But yeah, I thought that was surprisingly simple.
Well, yeah, that is good and nice and simple. Yeah, for that matter, folks, for those who don't know, yes, Persephone put herself together. So naturally, she's speaking from experience.
And there's honestly a lot of resources that a lot of fellow VTubers put out there for you to be able to do this too, to be able to put together your own model with like skin textures or hair textures or clothing, various things like that, or even just like scenes and overlays, props, so many different things. So it's pretty easy, at least to try and start to do this free if you find the right resources, which I thought was surprising and also really cool and unique.
Yeah, I think that was really cool too. I would have gotten the Vroid stuff. I would have gone and tried to have that so that our aesthetics and stuff kind of matched better, because we're like different styles right now, obviously. But Persephone didn't know how to make gills.
I tried. I couldn't do
Oh. You have to imagine the gills. They're there. We just can't see them.
One early on, like they helped me figure out how to do the horns and stuff, which was something I needed those. I have to have my horns, and I found a couple of like Discord servers back, when I first started, and it was like VTuber help groups, and someone in there was able to teach me how to make horns.
Nice. Well, so you hear that, folks? You can do it cheap. You just have to put in the work. You really put in a lot of work, Persephone, without knowing much. You really want to do this. That's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely put as much work into it as I possibly could. And as I went on, each iteration of my model was better than the last one.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
The 3 different versions are awesome. And also, I also want to point out that my model, Persephone completely drew and colored my model.
Whoa. So not only can you rig and put them all together, Persephone also can draw.
She didn't actually rig my model, though. We got somebody else to rig it. But she drew and colored my model and everything, and laid it out so that it was going to be rig ready, and then we sent it to somebody and had them rig it.
Well, so you mean the very model we're seeing before us right now, Persephone, you drew that?
Yeah, I drew Miss Model.
Whoa! That's amazing. Okay, now I didn't know that. Well, I mean, I probably should have put 2 and 2 together, but sometimes 2 and 2 doesn't always go together. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Nice work, really.
Yeah,
wow.
Like after I got the initial sketch and stuff, which it was just really rough sketch and stuff, and looked nothing like this.
Was that the one you were posting?
Yeah. So I was like posting something, and then Persephone's like, "If you don't like it, why are you posting it? Stop! I'll draw something better. I'll draw like the actual thing. Just give me time."
Well, now I know why you went to her to put together a model for you, because she could draw and stuff like that. Okay, now it's starting to make sense. Makes sense in a funny way, in a lost kind of funny way. The incidents are lost to the internet, and reserved for our comedy right here. Okay, no, that's good for the question.